Hey guys, good day. It's your buddy, Big Boy Tennis here. Just doing a video from a tennis match. This is actually from a couple weeks ago, but I'm gonna post it today with a little bit of talk over. We're gonna go over the Miami Open first round results. But for your viewing pleasure, you can watch this double set we played. This is Big Boy Tennis and gutzpose versus Shook and Beefy. We just played one set here, just having fun, Just some buddies out there playing some tennis. Anyhow, we'll go over the Miami Open first round. Let's start with the ladies. Ladies first. All right, first match we'll talk about. Osaka beat Kosciuszko. That's Osaka plays for Japan, and Kosciuszko plays for Italy. It was 6-3, 6-4. Kosciuszko, she's a good competitor, like 5'7", I think, is on her profile. Kind of a grinder type player. She's won quite a few matches in the past. I've seen her play a handful of times. Great competitor. Looks like a great competitor. Osaka. Okay, you know who Osaka is. She's won a couple of majors tournaments. She's been #1 in the world. Had the baby and everything. I think with the rapper guy. Not sure if they're married now or not, but anyhow, Osaka, trying to make a comeback. Still got game. So who knows? Who knows? She might just all of a sudden play like she used to and go deep in these tournaments, but we'll see. It hasn't quite happened yet. She's played quite a few tournaments, now I think a couple. I think she played Indian Wells, and I don't think she's gone deep in any tournament since being back, but definitely has the talent to do so. Next match, Hunter beat Trevisan 6-3 and then retirement. Hunter Trevisan short, 5'3", Italiano, lefty grinder player. Didn't see the match or highlights. I don't know why the retirement, but hopefully she gets back on the court soon. And Hunter Ozzy, known more for the doubles. She's won some majors and doubles, and at least one major tournament, maybe more. I think she's been as high as #1 in the world in doubles as well. I did read something. Newly married, Hunter, lefty. Obviously, I think she has some good volleys. I've seen her play doubles, so she has good hands at the net. So maybe that can help in singles too. Maybe should come to the net. Next match, volley nets beat Kenin. Two American players. Kenin. It was 6-3 in the third. Kenin, Kenin. She won the Australian Open a few years ago. You ever seen that? There's a video I saw a long time ago of Kenin as a little kid with Kim Clijsters at one of the major tournaments. Kim Clijsters is showing her around and the tennis grounds. Maybe it was U.S. Open or something. I can't remember, but so obviously she's been around tennis for a long time, Kenin, and been training. I did watch a documentary about her training for her dad. I think her dad's still the coach. At least he was. He would be on the side, a bigger guy. Anyhow, she's hasn't been winning. She's 58 ranking. I looked her up this morning. Still good, 58's good, but not in the top 10, top 5, or whatever she was when she won Aussie Open. I like Cannon. I hope she can get her game going. But Volley Nets, up and coming. She had some good wins in Indian Wells. She beat Andreeva, the the higher ranked Andreeva, the better one of the two sisters, and she might have beat somebody else too. But I like Volley Nets. She seems. I watched her interview. She seems a very likable girl. Next, Vekic beat Pliskova, 6-2 in the third. Pliskova, former number one. I don't know what's going on here. She used to use that big serve and beat everybody with that big serve, big flat ground strokes, tall. She's like 6'1". Um, I don't know. She's hopefully for her sake she can get her game back going. Vekic, great competitor. I don't think she's ever been like top 10 or anything, but she's just seemed to compete well and beat a lot of good players. Next, Podoroska beat Kruger, 6'4", 6'2". Kruger, tall American, big power. Maybe she can be, an up-and-coming American player that can really be good, with that power. I hope so. Podoroska, I watched her play at Indian Wells. She beat Day on that day. And I've known her more for doubles, but she's a good competitor. She wasn't very tall. I don't know, maybe 5'8" or something like that. 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", I don't know. But it was, I think she's Argentina with the name sounds like it'd be European, but Argentina. So great competitor. Actually, some slices and dices. I think I remember that in some lobbies and kind of all that kind of weird stuff. Throwing off her opponent. Maybe I didn't see the match, but maybe she did that kind of stuff and threw Kruger off. So good win for Podoroska. And then Tomova beat Korpatsch, 2-4. Korpatsch, German. She is defense player mostly. I have seen her play really fast. Like it's kind of a petite gal, like on her toes, kind of light and moves quick. So she just runs down and hits a lot of balls in play kind of player. She looks like Steffi Graf, but she don't play like Steffi Graf. She plays way different. Steffi Graf was more like big offensive forehand. Steffi Graf would run them down too, but Steffi Graf would come to the net a lot and such. Really good at the volleys. Anyhow, Tomova, I've seen her name quite a bit. I watched the highlights a little bit. Didn't see the full highlights, just a few minutes of it. She keeps winning. I keep seeing Tomova win, like when I look up scores, so maybe she'll be good. Next, Russ beat Sobrias Tormo. R-U-S. Sobrias Tormo, Spain player. She's more clay court, but no, she's been doing good in the hard courts too, but I don't know, not lately it seems like. Roos, lefty, I want to say Netherlands. She's from. I just wrote down the names. I'm not looking at the country right now. She's a good competitor. Been around quite a while, beating a lot of people. Next match, Rogers beat Fruhvitztova, 6-3 to third. Fruhvitztova, Czech Republic player. Not like 19 years old, still a teenager. But she's doing good. I think she has a younger sister as well. But been doing pretty good. Losing seems like she was winning more, maybe losing now. But 19 years old, she's got a long career in front of her. Rogers, of course, American. I've been rooting for her for years. She's tall, strong legs. We watched her play Indian Wells 2 years ago. We were in Stadium 2. It was late at night. This is the last match. We're down close, sitting right by her family, and she was playing Perez Diaz, the Spanish girl at that match. And that was a good 3-set match, and Rogers won, grinding it out. That was like one of my favorite matches of that whole entire trip of that weekend 2 years ago. And my wife and I both root for Rogers every time she plays. Very strong, like I was saying, just you could see how strong her legs were and that she could compete very well. So good win for Rogers. Next, another 2 Americans played. Collins beat Pera. See. 3-setter. That's right. It was a 3-setter. 3-6, 6-1, 6-1. Pera, I talked to you about Pera. I like Pera. I root for her. She was really cool at Indian Wells. Like I said, she came over to give us her towel after the match. She seems like a real cool lady. Collins, you know Collins. She's a fighter. Played for the Vikings in college tennis. She looked thin, like she's gotten in shape. First set, I watched them like I said, I still watched the first set, and Collins was just missing a lot. Pair was just kind of out steadier, and then Collins all of a sudden turned it up and turned it like into more like power offensive tennis. That's probably more her style. And then Pair was trying to go for too big. That's what it looked like. Next match, Arango beat Maria. 6-2, 6-3. Arango, a good player, runs them all down. They got some shots of the day. If you watch the tennis channel, shots of the day was Arango, like in all her retrieving. She's a real good retriever. Lou beat Martic. Martic is skinny gal with the black hair from, I think, Croatia. Maybe Serbia, but I think it's Croatia. Lou, an American, just thicker with the power. And then next, Stevens beat Kerber. Kerber, former champion. I think she's number 1. Stevens, former U.S. Open. So they're both like, still trying to make a name for themselves. Next, Timofeya beat Gracheva, 3-3. Don't know much about Timofeya, to be honest. Gracheva, I got some videos of her practicing. I already posted at least one of them on my channel. Next, Avanesevan beat E. Andreeva, 6-3 in the third. E. Andreeva, I think, is the younger sister. And then next, Georgie beat Fretch, 6-4, 6-2. Georgie plays close to the line, takes it on the rise. I don't know much about Fretch. I've seen her name. Next, Zhu beat Buskova. Buskova has that weird backhand with the hitch. She's been around a while, winning a lot of matches. Great competitor, but I don't know about that backhand. Zhu, Chinese gal, doesn't look like she has anything fancy, but she seems to win, Next, we'll go to the ATP. We got Koper beat Giron, 6-4 in the third. A Giron American grinder player. He's on. I've seen him on YouTube with another YouTuber that's a really good player. I can't remember his name right now, but they practice together. Koper, a German. So, next match, Mickelson beat Klein, 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 7-6, 6-2. Mickelson, big, tall American guy. Big, big roundies. Serve. Hopefully he comes up and, represents. Next, we got Arnaldi beat Fils. Fils, the French guy, he was having great 2023. And I think 24, like at the beginning, maybe. But I haven't seen him go deep in any tournaments since. Arnaldi has been... he's an Italian. He's been winning big. He's coming around. Next, Dam Jr. beat Zhang. I don't know much about Zhang. 7-6, 7-6. Dam Jr. Oh wait, is this Zhang? Maybe it's Zhang. Maybe was it ZZ Zhang? Oh, the #1 Chinese. Maybe that's the #1 Chinese guy. That'd be a huge win. Martin Dam Jr. So I think his dad was a player. I don't know much about this junior, Martin Dam Jr. That's a good win. So look, I think is he American? I'm not sure. Maybe you guys know. But that'd be a big win right there. I'd like to see more of that guy play. Sang beat Kekmanovic. Sang, Chinese lefty. Good player. I've seen him play. I saw him play at Indian Wells. He's coming up, you know. I met you mostly challenger, but now he's in the regular tour. Kekmanovic, he was good like a couple years ago top, but I just haven't seen him go deep in any tournaments really. He was coached by Nalbandian back then. I don't know if they're still coached by Nalbandian or whatever, because Nalbandian has some legal issues. You can look that up if you want to know more about it, but it's really bizarre. Nalbandian, something I would not have expected, because Nalbandian was one of my favorite players growing up with his, Agassi style of play and just a great, talented player. But if you want to know more about the Nalbandian legals issues, you can look that up, and I won't get into that too much. But so next match, Both Wild beat Borgs. Both Wild, I talked about him before. Borgs, he's just consistent hitter. Gets a lot in play. I can't remember what country he's from right now. Nothing huge. Just it was 6'4", 6'5". But he beats a lot of people that way. Both Wild. I talked about him. I like that guy. Met him at Indian Wells. He seemed like a really cool guy. Next, Murray beat Berrettini, 6'4" and 1/3. Berrettini, former top 10 player, U.S. Open, like second place. Wimbledon, like second place or semifinals. He's been good, Berrettini. I don't know if he got injured or what, but mostly slice backhand. Hard to stay top 5 without a good, penetrating backhand. The slice is great, but you got to be able to drive that backhand too. But huge serve. Murray, he's been hitting at retiring for years. So, hey, don't even think he's going to retire. Yeah, he did another prep conference. I don't know if I'm going to play another couple of tournaments or whatever. I remember freaking 10 years ago, they did a retirement ceremony for Murray at the U.S. Open, like a goodbye, Murray, good luck to you in your future. The guy, he hints at retiring, but then he just keeps going and going. Like, don't even, I don't know. I don't take any. He's been saying that for years, so Murray could still be playing forever. Next, Vavasari beat Kachin, 6'2", 6'2". Kachin, I think he's more of a clay court dude. I think that's Argentine name. I don't know much about Vavasari, to be honest. Next, Purcell beat Fuchsavocevic. Purcell, Aussie, oi, lost 2-1. Serve and volley, Purcell. Long hair and everything with the curlies. Old school style, flat hitter for the most part. Will come to the net. I like his style of play. I like it. I like seeing people coming to the net. There's not too many of those guys nowadays. But Fuchsavocevic with his big groundies, Hungarian groundies, muscle guy. I guess he just out hit him. I didn't see any of the highlights of that one though. Next, Machack beat Blanche, USA, 6'4", 6'2". Blanche, he's a USA player, young. I remember seeing him for challenges for quite a while. He's like a less good version of Shelton. You know what I'm saying? He's a good competitor, but lefty, looks like Shelton, but not as good. Anyways, he beat. He lost to Macac. I like Macac's forehand. Um, you know what? He's got that elbow back first and the racket head inverted, and he's boom. I like his forehand, Macac. Next, we got Koboli beat Nishioka. Nishioka. Um, Japanese. It was 6-4 in the third. Lefty. He doesn't hit a big power, but he just runs everything down. I think he made his big breakthrough in Indian Wells a few years ago. Like 3-4 years ago, like 2021 or something. He made a big breakthrough at Indian Wells, and was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And Nishioka, my name. Tennis is my game. And oh, I know what he did. I saw that match. He beat Berdych, Thomas Berdych. I was there. That's right. He might have did some more after that or before that, but I remember he beat Berdych. We were sitting there, and Berdych broke his racket in half. And there were some guys cheering so loud for Nishioka, and Berdych like smashed his racket, and those guys were like laughing at Berdych and like yeah, and then Berdych looked up at him in anger. I like Berdych though; he was a great player, but I knew Nishioka before that, but I think that was the year that he was like making his big breakthrough, because I remember he won that match, and I think his parents were on the side, or his dad, coaches, and they were so happy he went over there and that gave him a big hug or whatever. And that was only like first or second round too. But then I watched on TV when I got back. I think he went pretty far that year. But and I also seen him lose like crazy. I think like last year I was there. Yeah, last year he was playing. Who was he playing? I don't know, but he can like mentally go out, and it was like something in the 0-6 the second set or something like that, and he like smashed his racket in half. I'm like, dang, it's weird. It's just weird seeing that from a Japanese guy. You got other Japanese players. It seems like they're more mentally strong. Even win or lose, they're gonna play and compete, whatever. So I don't know. Of course, he's an individual, so he's going to have his individual personality. But Kobeli beat him 6-4 in the third, and I don't know much about Kobeli. Sounds like an Italian name. All right, then we got O'Connell beat Kopriva 2-4. Don't know much about Kopriva. I know O'Connell's Aussie, one-handed backhand. I remember seeing him play in a challenger tournament in Vegas. Golly, 10 years ago or something. Has he been around that long? Maybe it's 8 years ago. We have a challenger tournament in Vegas every year, but it was a long time ago I saw him play in that one. So he's been challenger level for quite a long time, I think, O'Connell. But in the bigger tournaments, every once in a while, it's a bigger draw. You'll see him win a round or two, So he's a good competitor, Aussie. Then we got Draper beat Daniel 3-2. Draper, big strong guy. First time I seen him play in person was Indian Wells last year. I think he beat RBA that year. That match. Anyhow, big lefty. United Kingdom, I think he plays for. Yeah. Maybe he's from England. He lefty power, strong guy, just flat backhand, but big strong forehand. He won. Did I say this? The UTS Ultimate Tennis Showdown. Maybe earlier this year. Maybe it was early this year, I think. Yeah, I think so. Daniel, did I talk about Daniel? He, Japanese. I think he grew up in the States. Maybe for the most of his life, but plays for Japan. Um, he's a good competitor too. I think he beat Andy Murray in one of the majors, maybe last year or year before. He's a good competitor, but Draper played better. It looks like. Uh, Now next we got Shapovalov beat Darderi 6-4 to third. I did watch the highlights of this match, and Shapo and Darderi, first time I seen him play, he looks like a competitor. Shapo trying to like get back to the top, you know. Next, Van der Schroep beat Hijataka 5-6. Hijataka, I think, is a Aussie guy. I think I've seen him play doubles. Is he the one that won the doubles Aussie Open? Am I mixed up with someone else? Vanderstroop, Botic Vanderstroop. I got a picture with him at Indy Wells. He's a pretty cool guy. He's good at running the balls down for a tall guy. Super good at running the balls down. Anyhow, I hope he does good because he used to be like top 25, but it's like down in the 80s now, I think. So I like that way he plays. Runs them all down. Slides on the court. You know, all that kind of good jazz. But for like 6'5" or whatever he's 6'6", he's a tall looking dude. Like I said, I met him there, Indian Wells. But he runs fast for a big tall dude. Not many big tall guys can run that fast. Of course, a few like Medvedev and such. But he's got the movement. Van Schrupp. But I don't know. Well, he needs to figure it out to start winning again. Oh, you know what else he's famous for? He's the only one that I've ever seen that win a point and then hit the ball in the stands out of frustration. It was against Monfils a few weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. It was like a tiebreaker, 6-all in the tiebreaker. He hit a serve out wide, and Monfils couldn't get it, and then Botic. Van der Schroep smacked the ball into the crowd. So next thing you know, he had a point penalty. It was insane. And that was the second set after he already lost the first set. And then the last match, Van Ash beat Kotov. Kotov has that big slap forehand. Okay. I like watching him play because that's a unique shot, that big slap forehand. And he's got a unique service routine where he pumps his racket up and down like 3 times before he serves the ball. So he gets to do that every time. That's kind of strange. But Van Ash, don't know where he's from. I've seen it, but I can't remember right now. But he's a skinny guy. He reminds me of Goffin. He's like the next generation Goffin. He just runs them all down and nothing flashy. He plays. I don't know what to say. He plays just like Goffin. That's all I can say about that. Like if you know Goffin is David Goffin, like Van Ash. It's like his long lost brother or something. I don't know, younger brother. Anyhow, that's the report of Miami Open. This was the doubles that we played the other night and had fun. These guys are our league team. I just practice with them. I'm not officially on the team, but I like to get out there and practice with them to warm them up for their matches. And we call us the Warriors. We're the Warriors. That's just kind of the team name that we made up. But this Big Boy Tennis, I'm going to sign out now. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.